Hello there everybody. As promised, I finished that profile and I immediately went ahead and printed some duplicate prints, including the test print, and I want to show you the results. Remember, I told you that if I had some good results, I was going to show them to you. This is the original done with the ICC profile from Epson for this particular paper, which is archival matte. And you can see that there's a green band here and a warm band here, followed by a cool band, and then basically it stays pretty neutral. Well, this is the result with the custom ICC profile using the Color Monkey. It is gone, folks. Perfect. Perfect neutral, linearly neutral throughout. No more green squares in the darker tones. In fact, it is so black, it's like looking into a black hole. Everything is great. I am so happy this turned out as it did. Look at this. This looks good at first until you start realizing that this has a color cast right here, and then this one here does not. The skin tones, wow, what a difference. I see some bluish shadow areas here. It is skin color. Wow, so that's a huge difference. The oranges here are not as prominent as they are here. It's hard to see on video. You'd have to be here with me. And so yeah, the little nuances that were able to be basically fixed by producing a profile. It is true, folks, it is true. Even with OEM profiling, even if I was using OEM inks, the OEM profile is made for every single R2880 out there, whether they differ, and they do differ, okay? It's like any kind of product. You have lemons, you have ones that are really great, and then you have the average. And there are certain tolerances that the quality control people have to accept. Otherwise, they would be rejecting every other printer. So the profiles are made so that they work on every printer out there of that same model for that particular paper and ink. And they work okay. Okay, good enough is good enough, but not for us home printers. We want perfection. So let's look at the saturated colors here. This is a better rendition of this. Look at this blue, and over here is purple. It's supposed to be like this, folks. Look at these three right here. This is the correct rendition. This is more red, and it's supposed to be like an orange. All right, so we got great results with that. I'm satisfied. Let's look at some duplicate prints here. So this one here is the one done with the OEM profile. This one here is the one done with the Color Monkey profile. Yeah, it is just more radiant, if you want to use an abstract term, just more radiant. The skin tones here, now that I look at them in comparison, they kind of have like a weird little bluish hazy cast over them. Isn't that amazing? The difference here in the darker areas of these trees is just more enhanced, more pronounced. This is much better displayed than it is on this ICC profile from Epson print. Looking at the rendition here, wow, I see some bluish cast right here that is gone over here. I see a bluish cast right here that is gone over here. Wow. Very good, very good. In fact, as I recall, these dresses were more toward the salmon, slightly more orange, whereas here they're more in the pink type category. So yeah, very good. So this is the winner, Cone Inks with the Ultra HD Matte Black Archival Matte from Epson and Custom Profile. So I'm going to be profiling a lot in the next few days. I'm going to be doing a lot of profiles for the P800, for a lot of those papers that I have. And I wish I had a couple of extra hand mill packs that I can then profile to the Epson printers just so that we have something to compare instead of just simply using the Pro 1. Although it's working flawless, I would like to have some other source. All right, so Advanced Black and White does not use a profile. So I wanted to compare yet again. This is the rendition we got with Aurora White from Red River on the P800 using their version of a high density HD matte black. And then this is the version with a warmer tone paper. Now that I see it, it's really not the printed effect that makes this look warmer than this. This is a very cold white paper, and so it looks cold and neutral, okay? Whereas this is more of a warm tone base. You can see the difference maybe between on the borders when you compare them. This is not as bright white as this is. Remember, this is called Aurora White, and for good reason. Still does not use OBAs, so you know that's a pretty good paper if you want some bright white and a nice cold look and neutral look to your images. But I really like the way this looks. Remember I said I prefer the warm rendition that I did on Advanced Black and White for this type of subject. These are girls. You know, they should be warm, right? And so this coldness doesn't really appeal or appeal itself to this type of image. If it was a cold landscape of snowy mountains, sure, but not for this subject matter. So this is lovely. This is so dark, so black. Wow, very nice. So there is no reason why we cannot attain super rich shadow tonality on matte paper. Basically, just by adding this ink to your existing K3 ink set, whether it is from Cone, whether it is from Precision Colors, whether it is from Ink Owl, whatever the case may be, it is really working quite well. The inks that I got from Ink Owl, I don't recall whether the black is supposed to be high density black. Nope, it doesn't really say. So that would be a great addition to substitute this matte black for this matte black, and then profile, and you're set. You're good to go. Perfect results, beautiful results, bright and just lovely. I gotta test this on some more matte media, some of the Red River media, and we'll see what we get. All right, thank you so much for watching. This was a quick one. I gotta go ahead and process these and try to get them up tonight or tomorrow morning early. All right, so thanks once again for watching. As always, you guys have been really loyal to this channel, and I appreciate it immensely. So thanks once again. Please subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye. Wow, this is a good day.